Hey, so I just wanted to make a quick update video about the topic of my last video, which was essentially that I caught myself slipping back into an old mentality, an old identity, identifying with my former self, including eating habits and feeling kind of disconnected from people. And I don't know, I realized that I was identifying with my former self, partially due to circumstance, just because my circumstances have kind of circumstantially started to imitate my previous life choices, which was to be a hermit and to just sort of eat whatever I wanted without really having any control over that, and sort of having this thing there that wanted it to be that way. I can't explain it. I felt that again over the last couple weeks. Like, there was a part of me that did not want to do something good for myself. That was, I think, the most distressing thing. But since simply realizing this and watching back some videos that I made maybe a month ago, which was enough for me to sort of connect with myself, with that mentality that I had a month ago, it snapped me out of it that fast. The last couple days have been completely different. Yesterday, all day, I had a sense of well-being again, that hasn't been there since this whole thing started going down, since Steve started staying with me. That was the first day. That was also the day that I kind of decided I was going to close down my business just for a while. I had a ton of anxiety that day. There was a ton of stress to get everything wrapped up. And between that and having my living situation change abruptly, and all of the food and lack of availability of a gym, all that stuff, shitty weather, everything just converged. And I've had anxiety. I've been worried that I wasn't going to get control over things. I've just been freaking out. And all it took was reconnecting mentally, energetically with the frame of mind that I was in before that, and sort of remembering that, you know, these things that seem like outside forces are really part of the whole reality that I create mentally. That snapped me out of it. And it's amazing. I woke up yesterday in a good mood, feeling like myself. Had no problem not like purposely eating bad things almost as a punishment for myself. You know, I was coming to work and I was in a crappy mood, and I was like, you know what? There's Kit Kats in the freezer. I'm just gonna have like 3 of them. Why would I do that? But I did it. No problem not doing that yesterday or today. And my stress level's way lower, and I just feel back to myself again. So the whole purpose of making this for me was, you know, this is an illustration in real life of what it means to adopt the state. You know, this all sounds really good on paper, like some magical, you know, some magical thing that people don't do naturally. Whatever state of mind you're in is what creates the outer reality. The state of mind influences everything. It influences the choices. It influences, you know, whether or not you, like, for example, last night I had to sort of sit through several hours of like really wanting to eat a bunch of bad stuff. I had to go through this a lot when I was first not doing that anymore. Like, there were just, you know, like 7 to 10 p.m. I would just kind of like have obsessive thoughts running through my head about wanting to go and have a meal or something that would totally negate any effort that I had put in during the day to watch what I was eating or to exercise or whatever. And I had that last night, and I've had that every night. But last night was the first time that I didn't want to act on it. You know, the inner conflict was still there, but the correct state of mind was also there. So, you know, I didn't act on it. And I woke up today and I felt way better, and like my clothes fit. And so I don't know. The state of mind is really important. This is what that means. This is how that plays out in real life. You adopt the state of somebody who has more money. You adopt the state of somebody who is loved by everybody. And it's not magic. It's you and your energy and your choices. And, you kind of flow through the day energetically. I was thinking last night about how strange it is that, I'm here in my own universe. You're there in your own universe. Every time we're around another person, there are two universes there that don't really overlap at all. And how weird that is, and how much we take for granted other people being around us, and there are all these universes floating around right in front of you. And for some reason, that thought, that realization, sort of made it all the more profound to me, or all the more obvious why it is that your state of mind creates everything around you. Another thing is also, I noticed, I have my friend Steve staying with me. I woke up yesterday in a great mood. He was super happy and super affectionate all day. And I was like, this goes right in line with how I was feeling when I woke up. It's not him, it's me. He's absorbing my energy and reflecting it back to me. This isn't a coincidence, I had been kind of depressed before that, and it's I don't know, the impact that our energy and our universe that we're carrying around with us has on other people and their universes is really profound. Anyway, that to me, this last few days is a prime example of what it means to adopt the state and live in the end. I was beginning to create a different reality for myself because of my mentality. I hope that this helps somebody. My day-to-day travails, I try to put out there so that, it'll make sense to somebody how these little mundane, unremarkable, day-to-day mental shifts actually very much create reality.